You're at your desk. The cursor is blinking. You know exactly what you're supposed to do next, and you cannot make yourself do it. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't care. Your brain has pulled the plug on your ability to act. That's not a metaphor. It's a measurable nervous system state. And in the next 12 minutes, I'm giving you the exact sequence that gets you out of it in 90 seconds. No breathing exercises. No, just start. A protocol. I build reset protocol for professionals operating under constant mental pressure. People making high-stakes calls all day, every day, with no room to relax, and it'll come to you. That advice doesn't work for you. It never worked for anyone. What works is understanding what's actually happening in your body when you freeze and running the same sequence every time it happens. The way a pilot runs a checklist instead of improvising mid-emergency. Here's what's happening. When the stakes feel high enough, a decision tied to your reputation, a deadline you can't move, your nervous system reads that as threat. Not physical danger, reputational, financial, or performance danger. And your body doesn't have a separate response for email I'm avoiding versus actual emergency. It has 3 settings: fight, flight, or freeze. Freeze is what happens when the threat feels too big to fight and too inescapable to flee. So your system stops. That blank, heavy, can't make man's move state isn't a character flaw. It's a stress response doing exactly what it evolved to do, which means you cannot think your way out of it. You have to interrupt it in the body first. The thinking becomes possible after. Body first, mind second. Most people try it backwards. That's why just focus never works twice in a row. 3 moves. Run them in order every time. Step 1, break physical stillness. 10 seconds. Freeze is a state your body holds, so you break it by moving on purpose. Stand up. Roll your shoulders back twice. Shake out your hands like you're flicking water off them. This feels stupid. Do it anyway. It's not about looking composed. It's about signaling to your nervous system that the threat has passed and movement is safe again. Step 2, name the smallest physical action, not the task. This is where almost everyone gets it wrong. When you're frozen on finish the proposal, your brain hears an enormous, undefined threat and shuts down again. So you don't name the task. You name the single motion that starts it. Not write the proposal. Open the document. Not have the hard conversation. Type their name into the message box. The action has to be small enough that it cannot trigger a threat response. If what you name still feels heavy, cut it in half again. There is always a smaller move underneath it. Step 3, set a 90-second timer and do only that one motion. Nothing past it. This is what makes the sequence a protocol instead of a trick. You're not committing to finishing anything. You're committing to 90 seconds. Your brain will resist a task. It will not resist 90 seconds. Once the timer starts, momentum almost always carries you past it. But if it doesn't, you stop, and you've still broken the freeze. You open the document. 90 seconds ends. 9 times out of 10, you keep going because the hard part was never the work. It was the first motion. That's the full sequence. Move for 10 seconds. Name the smallest physical action. Run 90 seconds on that action alone. You run this every time you freeze. Not once, every time, until it stops being a technique and starts being what you do automatically. It works the same on a client email as it does on a board presentation, because it isn't solving the task. It's solving the state underneath the task. One mistake to watch for. People skip step 1 because it feels like a waste of 10 seconds when they're already behind. Don't skip it. Try to jump straight to start typing while your body is still in a freeze state is exactly why willpower alone fails. You're asking the mind to override a body signal. It isn't built to override on command. I've watched this play out with executives who could run a room of 40 people but couldn't open a single overdue performance review. The task was never the problem. The frozen state was. Once they had a physical sequence instead of a mental pep talk, the review got written the same day. Not because it got easier, because they stopped trying to think their way through a body-level shutdown. This sequence gets you unstuck in a moment. But if freezing is a pattern, if this is most days, on most decisions, a single move isn't going to fix a recurring pattern that needs a different level of structure. That's what I built the pressure reset for. a self-guided protocol for professionals whose overthinking, procrastination, and overwhelm aren't occasional. They're the default operating mode. It's linked below. If today was the 5th time this month you've frozen on something that mattered, that's your sign it's not a one-off. Save this video. Next time you're staring at that cursor, you won't need willpower. You'll need 10 seconds, one small motion, and a timer. Run the protocol.